employer or a self-employed person, you value the importance of utilizing convenient and efficient services to conduct your business transactions. As an organization that remains conscious of emerging trends to improve the services we provide our valued customers, the Social Security Board has implemented the Employer Services Platform as part of our ongoing digital transformation. The Employer Services Platform is part of the service enhancements made available to customers via the My Social Security self-service portal. Employer Services is an enhanced contribution system that manages all your employer information and gives you direct access 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to submit contribution statements digitally without having to visit a Social Security office, saving you time. Undoubtedly, Employer Services provides effective, consistent, and efficient online contribution-related transactions to all employers and self-employed persons. To gain access to the technological enhancements Employer Services provides, you must be an employer or an authorized representative who can act on behalf of the employer or the organization. Do note, however, that the term employer also includes those who are self-employed. After confirming you meet the eligibility criteria, you are required to create your Employer Services account by visiting our website at www.socialsecurity.org.bc. On our website, you can select the tab Employer Services, followed by your selection of the icon that reads Link to an existing employer. The linking option enables you to provide your employer details and create your employer profile. After completing the sign-up steps, an email will be sent to you with further instructions for the activation of your account. After activation is completed, you are free to log into your Employer Services account and experience the beneficial enhancements available to you. The steps I recently shared, along with other useful resources when navigating the Employer Services page, are readily available to you on our website. With an Employer Services account, employers and the self-employed have a 360-degree view of their employer transactions. The current services available includes access to create, edit, and upload contribution statements for your employees or self. If you are self-employed, you will experience an efficiency through the automatic creation of your contribution statement, which will reflect the income you declared when registering. Employers and self-employed will also have access to view all past transactions, statements, and the sum that the receipt for payment has been applied to, putting you in control to always know your owing balance on a monthly basis. Another service modification that comes as part of Employer Services is the automatic distribution of contribution payments. Here are two scenarios to highlight how payments are distributed when they are made. Scenario 1. Employers with outstanding funds owed to SSB. The payment will be applied to your outstanding arrears, fees, and interest. Your balance, if any, will be applied to the statement submitted. Scenario 2. Employers without any outstanding funds owed to SSB, your payment will be applied to the statement submitted. The submission of monthly contribution statements via Employer Services is mandatory. However, the actual payment can be made via any of the 3 convenient payment methods available. You can skip the lines completely and make payment via online banking. You can submit a check via the drop box located at any of our offices after working hours, or you can make your payment over the counter using our cashier services. At SSB, we aim to continue providing you with services that are faster and easier, making human errors almost non-existent, resulting in maximum efficiency. In addition, the benefits of Employer Services aren't limited to the employer. Your employee benefits from automation and technology. Upon making your full contribution payment, the contributions are posted to your employee's account, reducing manual data entry of contributions, resulting in less delay with payment of benefits and updated and accurate contribution records. The technological enhancements are here. We give you Social Security at your fingertips. For more information on employer services and the additional benefits that will be rolled out as part of employer services, please keep following us on Facebook at SSB Belize and keep referencing our website at www.socialsecurity.org.bz. For any customer support you may need, please feel free to contact us via the communication channels available on our website. We are always here to help.
My Social Security Self-Service Portal, Employer Transactions Unpacked, Employers and Self-Employed Persons, an enhanced contribution payment system that manages all your employer information is here. Employers and self-employed persons will have access to view all transactions and statements, and the option to always know your owing balance using your employer number. Payments will be automated and applied to your account balance in a new way. Here are two scenarios to highlight how payments will be distributed. Employers with outstanding funds owed to SSB, payments will be applied to the outstanding arrears, fees, and interest, and the balance, if any, will be applied to the statements submitted. Employers without any outstanding funds owed to SSB, payments will be applied to the statements submitted. The technological enhancements you are waiting for are here. My Social Security Self-Service Portal. Social Security at your fingertips.
Welcome back to Click and Connect's Q&A segment on employer transactions. This morning we have with us Mrs. Emery Smith, Manager for Contributions and Compliance here at the Social Security Board. I want to say a very big good morning to all of you who are watching our live feed right now on our FB page. So we kind of want to jump right in to answering questions that you might have concerning employer transactions this morning. So let's start with the first question. Why is the My Social Security Employer Services platform important?
Okay. Good morning, everyone. The importance of the Employer Services platform has been that we have been transitioning from our manual submission of your contribution statements online. So you have to submit electronically. It's mandatory now that you submit electronically, and this helps us with faster processing of your payments. Your employees' records will be updated faster, and so you would be able to see your account balances, a view of all your past transactions, the statements that you have submitted in the past, and it gives you a 360 view of your record at Social Security as an employer.
Okay, so if I'm an employer and I haven't registered and I need to make my contribution payments, can I do so without registering for the portal account? Can I just walk into the office and make that payment?
No. At this point, you would need to create a portal account as an employer. You create a My Social Security account, and from that My Social Security account, you request to link your employer number to that account, and within 2 to 3 days, we will link your account, and you will be able to now submit your statement. Once you submit your statement via the portal, then you could walk into any of our branch offices if you choose to, and just give your employer number to the cashier, and you would be able to make your payment.
So we're at that juncture now where nobody or no employer can really do things in the previous way.
No paper. We are basically paperless.
Right. So moving forward, all employers really need to get with the program
Need a
and
portal account.
get the portal account.
Yes.
That's just the way that it is. This is the new era.
And the portal account, it stems from the My Social Security portal account, so it's not a account for the business. We have what we call access as. So you create your My Social Security account and you request linking to your employer's account. So, and it can be for more than one person. If you're an employer and you have your accounting staff that you want access to your portal, each of them need to create their own portal account and request linking to that employer.
Okay, so what we're talking about right now is there isn't two accounts that you would have. If I'm an employer, I have one account with SSB,
Yes.
and that same account is then linked
to
to
your
my business profile
yes.
at the end of the
Of the
day.
day,
Yeah,
yes.
okay.
So it's important that when if an employer stops, an employee stops working for an employer, that the owner of the business notifies Social Security as soon as possible so that we remove the access of their business from that individual that has the access to
Okay.
conduct transactions.
So right now we're basically still in a transition
Transition.
phase where businesses are getting more information about the employer transactions and the fact that they need this account and you need to register and understand how the process works. So at this time I'd also like to mention that for those of you who are posting questions online, that we will have about 3 or 4 giveaways in this segment. So we're going to go to the online questions right now. Let's see what we have here. Jennifer Chuck Cascaret, I hope I'm saying that correctly. She posted this question. Emrys, are you ready? How long does it take for the claim that was submitted to be updated to paid after payment is made? That's the first part of her question. She has a comment. Sometimes I submit the claim, then I make payment afterwards, but when I look at the transaction history, it still appears as submitted.
Okay, I guess she's referring to her contribution statement that she submitted, not a claim. Right now, before right now it's still submitted. It's remaining in the submitted stage. It does not mean that it is not paid. Those will be dealt with afterwards, but they should have received a Social Security official receipt from Social Security as proof of their payment. They would also see on their transaction balance at 0. The 0 means that there is no payment outstanding, so that also indicates that payment was received.
Okay. So you
Since
don't
we,
owe?
Yes, since we did the last enhancement on the 27th of October, where they can see their employer balances, they will notice that those statements after that point would be marked as paid. The ones before that, we are in the process of updating those.
Okay. So that question was submitted by Jennifer Chuck Cascaret. And I think that is a great segue into the next question that we have here that kind of touches a little bit on that, which would be, tell us a little bit more about the automatic distribution of payments that is now being employed at SSB.
Okay, the automatic distribution, as we have been advertising, it's that we have 4 areas that the money will be applied to. So you no longer pay to a contribution month or for a contribution month that employers were used to, that I'm coming to pay for September or October. You pay to your account and then that money is distributed in the back end. So if you have a payment plan, if you were in arrears and you had signed a payment plan with our inspectors, that due date, so that will come out first. So whatever payment plan you had there. And then it goes to fees, which is any fees, court fees, or banking for a NSF check. Then it goes to any interest charges, and then to your statement.
So what is important to reiterate is that even with this new system in place, once you have a payment plan that you've signed off on with SSB, it is still going to be honored moving forward.
Yes.
In relation to how payments are applied to your accounts.
And if you did not sign a payment plan and you owed Social Security, that money will come out first.
Right.
Still. So It's like your arrears are being taken care of first before it's applied to new submission that is made.
Okay. So that should be better for employers in the sense that if they can pick and choose how they pay, interest is applied on different statements that are owed. So if it's applied to the most recent or the most pending one, then you wouldn't have interest running
From all the way back.
right.
Coming from the current.
Yes.
So you need to, so those employers who have no arrears, basically they will see their payment being applied strictly to their statement. And so theirs is straightforward.
And basically, based off of what you said earlier, they would see a zero balance.
Zero balance. When they log in into their, and they go to their transaction history, they will see nothing pending there.
Right. That's what you want to see, employers, nothing pending. So, do you want to talk to us a little bit about what are the additional features to come, the coming soon features for employer services?
Okay, for employer services, we will have the employer registration and their updates. Right now, most of you, when they log on to their account, they see things that they want to change. They want to change their address, their phone number, maybe the contact persons. Those things they are not able to do on their portal at this time. However, within a short space of time, within I would say 2 weeks, they would be able to, if you are an employer and you want to register a new business, you open another branch or you want to do something, you would be able to do that. Also, you will be able to update the information on your portal. So you won't need to come into the office anymore to do any updates. You would be able to do it from your portal.
Okay, well, that speaks of efficiency and convenience, which we know business people love, the word convenience, right? So I think we have another question that was posted online. This one comes from Cesar Correa. It says, we do have options as employers to download a detailed statement, but will a summarized statement be available anytime soon?
No, the statement is everything that you submit, so it's the detailed version that you would see. The only summary that's there is when you log into your account, you see the line item of the statement that you submitted and the total that is there. So that is the summary view. But
Okay.
the statement itself has to have everybody listed and their contribution payments. So that is what is available.
Okay. Hey, we have another question here. This one is from Dora Salam. How can I pay if I am an online employer?
You go to your bank site. Right now, you would use your reference number. So after submission of your statement, on the right-hand side at the top, you will see a reference number. Or at the left-hand side, after submission, you would see that reference number, and you take that to your bank site. You would use your business number, the old one, the one with the 007 or wherever branch you are, 001, 000B. So you would use that, and you would pay online.
Okay.
So a feature that will be coming would be that you will only need to use your new employer number at the bank. We will notify when that is available. But for right now, you would use the old employer business number, and follow you have to use your reference number to make the payment at this time.
I think that this is a good opportunity just to expound a little bit more on the shift in the identification or employer numbers that you're referring to in
Okay.
terms of the old and what the new structure looks like.
Okay, before we went with the new employer number, which I believe was from sometime in last year, most people who registered were used to a number. They were given two numbers. A number that had 00E starting with that, and one that started with 00, and it depending on the branch that you were. So like Corozal, you would have had a 00 B, 00C. So those are the 003 like Belize City. So now those are replaced with a letter code.
Okay.
So after we went live, the business, we say employer number. And when you log into your portal, it's right at the top. It's displayed at the top. So that is your new employer number. We no longer have an employer number and a business number. You would only have one.
Okay.
And so the employers who were with us before we transitioned to this, they no longer need to use that employer number, the one with the E, anymore. They would just use their same number, but they will take off the 001. Like Corazali will take off 001, and you will replace that with an A. The digits after that remains.
Okay. So when employers...
Because they need that to link their account.
Okay. So when employers get the new number, or maybe they haven't realized that the numbering system has changed, it is when they interact with the branch offices that they get that specific information?
At the point of linking their account or wanting to link their account, they have to use the new number. So at that point, if they don't, or if not, they are not confident that they have the correct number, they can contact the branch offices or their inspectors that they're familiar with, and they could provide them with the new number, because you can't use the old, the one with the 00s to link your account.
Okay, good to know. So the next question that I have is, what is Social Security Board doing to assist those employers who are not technologically savvy? You know, we have different category of employers, and some of them probably not that much into computers, and they may have people who do that for them, but they need to know as well. So what are we doing for those types of employers?
So in the interim, while this is new to most of our employers, we have our inspectors who are readily available to assist our employers. So they can come into the branches, and the inspectors will assist them to submit their statement, walk them through so that they would be able to do it month after that, because we have the copy feature. So if you do it 1 month, you could just go the next month and use the copy feature and just do edits. So our inspectors are there to assist us. And also, even if they're not there, other persons within the branch office can also help you. We have tablets and some laptops at some of the busier branch offices for those persons who don't have a device and need to submit their statements. That is also available.
Do we also facilitate these employers by sending an inspector to their place of work and walking them through the process there?
Yes, we do that.
Okay.
So if they need help, they can contact the branch office or the inspectors, and they would go to them as well.
Okay. All right. So, so far we have gotten, I believe, 3 different questions / comments. I just want to recognize Jennifer Chuck Cascaret, Cesar Correa, and Dora Salam. Okay, so let's see. As it relates to employer services, customers are anxiously waiting for the option to view their contribution history as part of the service enhancements being made by the Social Security Board. Do we have any update that relates to that?
This will be done shortly. Soon. It's almost there. We are just doing verifications, making sure that everything is ready, that when we release it, that people will, that they will appreciate what we are giving to them. So if not by the end of December, for sure by the mid-January, they should be able to see their contribution history. I know it's a feature that has been the people are waiting anxiously for, and so it will be here. So,
as it relates to the total number of employers who are registered with SSB, just in general, and then those that have made the leap and gotten their portal accounts, are we close to having most of those employers registering with their new portal accounts?
Yes, we have. I would say that we have about 95% of our employers on the portal and submitting their statements.
Oh, that is
and
excellent.
This also includes self-employed persons who couldn't submit on the old portal that we had. They are now also included on this one. So they are on the portal. So we do have about 95%.
Not to put you on the spot, but just kind of curious, what percentage of the self-employed employers are on the system now versus those that don't fall into that category?
I would say roughly around the same percentage, because they don't have any other means to submit their statements, since we're no longer taking manual statements.
Okay.
So once they want to pay, they need to go on the portal. So we do have requests still coming in on a daily basis, more in a smaller amount requesting their accesses, but we do have, I could say that we have over 95% of our employers.
Well, that is excellent. So, okay. All right, so at this time we want to remind our viewing audience that we do have a YouTube page, and we do have a webinar on there for the topic of that webinar, I believe, was in general employer.
When we were transitioning
Right,
over.
employer transactions. So if you want to view that, it's very informative. You will learn quite a lot, especially if you are new and you haven't really registered yet to get your portal account, or you haven't had a chance to view any of the information that we have put out there so far. This is an excellent way to get fully abreast of employer transactions as it relates to our portal, My Social Security and self-service portal. At this time, is there any key message that you would want to leave the audience with as it relates to the employer transactions and the process of transitioning that we are currently in at this time?
I just want to mention that when creating your portal account, you're requesting for to be linked to your employer portal account, that if you're not the registered owner at SSB, and when you registered as an employer, you had an owner, you cannot put that you're an owner if you're not, because we do that check. Some people try to do it to bypass the authorization form that we have that they need to submit, and that delays the process, because we will need to send it back until we get what we need. So to help you and to help us, when you're requesting linking to an employer account, and just follow the instructions. If you're the owner, no problem, you just need to upload an ID to prove that you are the person. If you're an authorized representative, you need to complete the authorization form and upload an ID so that you can be linked to that employer account. You're seeing, and that is needed because you are seeing everything for that employer. And so they have to authorize you to conduct that transactions on their behalf. If there are any issues that you have in regards to submission of your statements, you're not clear about anything, we have our inspectors at all of our branch offices that are willing to help you, to walk you through the process, to guide you, so we are not leaving you on your own. We are there to help you as we transition fully into this new platform.
I think this is a great opportunity also to give our customer care center a plug, because they are there to assist the general public, employers included, with their questions. They're very responsive. We have a WhatsApp number. You want to share that WhatsApp number? Well, we'll get that WhatsApp number shortly to share with you all, and we can also post it in the comment section online of our FB page right now. So yeah, but I don't think that we give our customer care center enough publicity, and the general public needs to know that there's actually a center of dedicated customer service agents or representatives who come to work every day enthusiastic and looking forward to solving whatever issues you may have. So we'll get that number shortly to share with you. The number is 639-5745. So the WhatsApp number that links you directly to the customer care center is 639-5745, and it will also be placed in the comment section under the streaming for this show. So, Ms. Emrys, I want to thank you so much for all of the insight you have given us in this Q&A segment that relates to employer transactions. And I want to encourage the viewing audience that will see this show afterwards as well. Post your questions and we will be sure to respond to your questions with answers. And you may even have somebody from the customer care center reaching out to you, calling you personally and answering your questions in that format as well. So I want to thank you so much for taking the time to view our Click and Connect show on employer transactions this morning. I want you to know that it will be repeated on Love TV next week, Tuesday at 5 p.m. So we are doing this live right now, and you can see it live, obviously, on Facebook, but we'll also be showing this show next week, Tuesday at 5 p.m. on Love TV. So tune in at that time, especially if there was something that you missed. You can check it out there as well. So sometimes you don't have time to go back to Facebook, but it's going to be on the TV platform as well. So thank you once again. And for those of you who were a part of the show by posting your questions, I want you to know that there are some giveaways that we'll be giving that relates to this morning's topic. Thank you once again, and join us next time for another Click and Connect. If you don't see a show in the month of December, I want you to know we'll be back raring to go in the month of January next year with, fresh insight and moving forward so that we can connect with you on this platform and keeping you up to date with all of the latest developments here as it relates to services at the Social Security Board.